talk, resolve, results. We talk, we resolve, we deliver results. HKO, live, talk, resolve, results.
Talk, resolve, results. HKO, live.
Topic time, where we talk about what you think about.
Upbringing is a powerful, often silent force that acts as the fundamental blueprint for how individuals behave, communicate, and feel in adult romantic relationships. When childhood environments are marked by inconsistency, emotional neglect, or conflict, these early experiences can create deep-seated love styles, into quotes, that sabotage marriages and relationships, often manifesting as a silent destroyer of intimacy. So tonight we are looking at part 2 of the importance of upbringing, the silent destroyer of marriages and relationships. Today, let's discuss. Okay, so Nana had a little chat with a group of friends in town. We are going to begin with that, and Nana and myself will pick up from there.
Will you be a wapeku like wape ododi wapeyi awara say we pay na kowara doesn't have an effect on your marriage. Mental say enjoy them.
Nchonde yabo esuanya mepi wala chone esuanya mepi ebesuya abentina mamma mbade bia woni aje ewa so ne che ebedin oh mama ba mba baba no mba baba bi fi mama baba no ko shian we so no enti psychological no ba kan trim enti so nyina if you better dey practice mama no ba ku de bia na wo ba do Enyina wakwa na mso wozo wala zo bobi ka bibia chewa ra ozo atu afem esiama oba me na oba no why there
na the making e pray chem dey say papa sebi oboa awon so afra no enyina automatically bo
papa dey be papa small don go to cigarette say him for the way basa two of them obanum direct I don't go to answer why send them make them there I have no there I am papa ngam papa won so nya ngam papa won
asamna na wala kana am the adam esua ma me papa mana sitting am be plan kamada bo mabra mo fana ma me wa traffic wo first born na wo last born kwa almost 20 something years. Yeah, go for some. Mamma, no, one should engineer, yeah, 100. But some more mean before. No food, people with them. Okay, Canadian children. If you're too for the table, maybe better wine or new system, maybe be asked more. Or then, or 7 collect. So, as some son, so any hour, no after Mrs. Payne. No after Biana army another if you are female casting channel to wine. The man war point one and but when you street him another yalla with him grumble when you're a stain of wet to be other.
I was American because papa minimum the Etsy another war entertain one new tafra do be in how what's it. Such as a wow fool engine hot one year them there. Not it's a bravo, it's something good.
And you know, much of my prayer and Cadamado, Mother Bomabra, and some good my name wife. More don't even know streets in Hamada. Marshall, why was sitting but there, Macamo, what was streets another. My name is someone streets, me, Munia. You can feel my commander, Channel Bacana, we party echo. Maybe I know my small way. O me sa denta ba sa wan ham wan kun we bibia bia e mo pe ma me kansa papa toyi ebi num wi ne be so num wi me num papa bia mo su adwuma papa na onum wi ne ba me fu wo me bia num wi papa na agba no wa na ba sa agba no wa wa ya wo tro no bia ro tne
why be there
it's a nice no be so bad but some of money
but why to now how they home there on 100%. About 80% or 70% of the population on our nature. When you know, could the different baby. And she at least I know for no. Yeah, baby, or they will them or for man was shine. Oh, be uncle baby, oh, a family to baby. Oh, you baby, obey ya to be obey from Kuno babies and Nahani Benny. Okay, was missing one share the papa day not.
What one of
What on was she?
them?
And she, I dear baby, you will feel no. Baby, Anna, Papa, no, I'm no abu. Papa, no, I'm no abu. Papa, my own lawyer, Papa. Once for about least 70% to a woman who wants to wear. But I chair a woman in our chapel. Yamsum. When you are about when you walk, will be a book. At least one you know, why you be when you're them. Spirit in home there. No, my jam them, Papa jam. So go up on the neighbor to much in a before. Oh, yeah, no, I care. We feel another magic, we feel another. I didn't minimum one teaching. I don't know what else. And today, people know what's it. So, Benina was here. Then they need the Bessio go share on him. Let me see the Benino go share on him. But one of them will prove a fear of him. A fear of him 1 year, but some of us. And see, I am fight for Andrew. I am parents, me, I know. My father was here. I mean, I'm a say, Papa, that's no end as a worker. What's the idea? Assemble as a worker. Police station, maybe I walk out to bed, wear a party. Tell me over friend, over funny to me, friend, Piano. Not immediate, Uncle Police station. When this mean a woman be. Remember, as I walk in, I could put on fast some brother. Because of that, man, pass him. Well, when I'm a dim, market come out, you know, John. Whatever, I am Mikabe. Mikabe, go over there and pay for all the time. I'm going to pay for upper choke. They didn't make what patch of something to make it. Tell me, or do maybe one mammy, one papa, I'm a catcher. I'm one family, one papa, I'm a catcher. My catcher there. Most of my catcher, one mammy, one or one. Into one mammy, or one mammy, or you're dead. No, it won't see. Won't know what I'm for that. No, no, for that. And she, I've remembered them today. Yes, you fear. Yes, you papa, you see. Because, yeah, I'm one bob of your 5 days. Differently, yet in the talk, yet in the talk, I think of it to be said. Okay, you see, now I think I got that. Only I'm going to say, I probably said it's what you see. Because if you're a film, no, I couldn't have producer, you get people there. I once one and once what 2 hours were different, that's a month for. You get people who are different.
Okay.
All right, welcome back. Very interesting discussion there. Nana is still in the studio with me. So, Nana, these are like assertions or contributions that we said a bit of somewhere last week, and I wanted us to conclude on this properly. So, after the recording, did they say anything after?
Oh yeah, I think other guys came around. You see, the place was a little bit noisy, so I decided not to record them. And you know, it's opinion differs. So some were also giving their thoughts differently. Now I wanted to record that aspect, but because of the noisy background, it was getting so much severe, so I just decided to hold on with that.
Okay.
They were also saying that they think that yes, what the other two said are true, but they disagree with them because not all children learn from their parents. Because what happened at what they were doing, they were just making sure that they also copied them. Because does it mean that one asks a question that do you want to tell me that if your father is brilliant, does it mean automatically you also become brilliant? You see,
good question.
So, which doesn't mean that everything that was happening at the family, make sure that the same thing will be happening. Some children one guy said he's from a poor background, and then the father always like to that type of insults. One to our idea, ejima. So it always makes it very difficult for them to know. So when he grew up, like now that he's a matured person, gotten married, he is not using that word, because when the father was using that word against them, he gets offended. But I the Afraba Abedinobe. And the father, one to the father will insult. One to the father will insult. So if one to the father insult, I mean, how can I take it like it will have to be part of me? So that type of lifestyle, he was also giving an attribute like that. So people were just making it, and it was a very nice discussion though, because a lot of opinion was coming in, and people were advising that nowadays we should be mindful of the kid that we are also growing, taking care of. Look, because the kids nowadays are something. They just get immediate, like see how you are coming, see the way the family are growing up to. It's not like the way we are. That I know why they but from about nowadays, they are a little bit weird. They are something that you cannot compare. So parents should take care of their kids, mind the words that they use on them, mind the way they do their things. Because if you remember those days, maybe a chamber or a single room.
The popular one was the single room. With the curtain
divided into
the bed.
But that time, Papa between the mom and the home for many years.
Yes.
But the children, hardly for them to even decide to even look at them, or even have a because of one and Papa then and because you always think that there's something going on. But nowadays, what happened? Nowadays that they even have different rooms. Nowadays, you see most people are building. So to either 2 bedrooms, chamber and hall, or something like that.
And suite.
What happened? They are all enjoy. They are doing worse things than what we experienced. So one guy was also saying that, I mean, we should also talk to parents, or parents should also be mindful of the way and manner they are now taking care of their kids. If you can remember, Henry, during your time, you remember that.
During which time?
During your time, because you are not a Gen Z. That time, what happened? Whenever you fool around, an elderly person walking around can just discipline you. But nowadays, what do you see? A parent will just go to a school and tell them that I don't like the way maybe you discipline my child, the way you talk. Some of them will tell you that I don't want to see that you bring a cane. I'll say, whenever my child sees you with a cane, he's not comfortable with it. So please don't bring a cane to the class. Now first wait for Kasa. You can't. So which makes it like nowadays things are different. So not the things that we grew up with is what we are now seeing.
Okay.
I can remember you did the bar, somebody would just come, hey, my friend, come. Just to ask you. Especially when they really realize that your father is an officer and you fool around, they would discipline you. But now it can't be possible.
Well, things have changed a lot. But I like the comment from the guys, in that it's like you are transferring whatever your parents gave you, knowingly or unknowingly, to your children. So I think it's at some point in time, as parents, we have to be conscious of what we are saying and not talk by heart or do things anyhow, especially when our children are around. because they are likely to repeat these things in their future relationships.
Definitely.
Okay, because I have sisters who have married people who are like the father we grew up under. Do you understand? He's a very organized person, and so the few times I've visited any of them, you see that in their homes, that the men are like that. Okay, so even though they think they are making a choice, it's a choice that's like has been imputed in you without you thinking thoroughly about it, because you've seen it, you've experienced it, and you think that's what is going to work for you. So automatically you just go out there, then you choose, and then you work your way with that. Okay. So the same way, like they were saying in the recording, that it's a Papa Nisho, and now if you're in football, pa, muye basa na, there's likelihood of 3 of you picking that habit. And then there is a tendency that nothing like that happens in your home, but somehow they get themselves into an environment
Which are like that.
which, out of peer pressure, they will pick some of these things. So some parents today behave the way they behave because of peer pressure.
So yes, Sam.
Yes.
That one they sure.
Because they got that habit from friends who perhaps have changed that behavior that you have copied. And they are doing a better job in their relationship than you. In secondary school or uni, you got with these friends and you copied their behavior, and you think it is part of you now. But those who taught you or you learned from,
they've stopped.
They've managed to stop. But you are the one holding the flag still, as if it's an excellent thing to do to your relationship. But that very thing is what is destroying your relationship.
You know, what you just said. I remember those days I was having this young girl. What did Papa say? From the Wasa tribe. Me there, we are hey. Me say me jiji wa na obo me ah, mami hu say wa bo me. Bo me obi say me hu sane me. And I just say, then through the conversation one day, I find out that yes, that is what they were doing at home. Oh, like truly, as obey, it will just torment you. I just wanted you to just wanted to. I just want to push him to the wall so that he will beat me. But I don't understand. He doesn't beat me.
Hey, because
then the person asks why. He said, when he beats me, no, you're not croc me. Next we essentially, next my you okay, and me who saw dummy.
Ah, so okay, seriously. So in this case, this person perhaps saw the mother or experienced the mother going through something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So the father was dishing it out, and she was constantly seeing it or experiencing it or in a normal.
No, why? I don't agree here. Yes, it's like after that, no, ne papa na mama watan wood. So whatever transpired after that, she is not aware, but she thinks that it is part of their, it's part of the relationship behavior.
I see. Okay, we have Miss B joining us now. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Can you turn down the volume on your radio? You're giving us feedback.
Yes, I have.
Thank you very much.
Is it better?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So you've been listening to our discourse for quite some time. Let's hear a woman's opinion on this.
Okay, so I know upbringing normally shapes values, your communication skills, and then it also helps with conflict resolution, especially in marriages. But then one thing we should all know is that um, each partner is coming from a different background. We're all coming from two different backgrounds. Uh-huh. The way I was brought up is different from, it's entirely different from how my partner was brought up. Example, let me give an example. Like where I was brought up, you don't eat and then you leave your dishes like unclean, then you leave them in the kitchen, expecting others to come and clean them for you. Obia did you obia who the chance him. But maybe a partner from where he is coming from, he feels he's a man, so anytime he eats, he needs to leave his dishes unclean, then leave them there, expecting the wife to come and clean it. But Oba also feel if he say wherever she is coming from, no, you don't need to keep things there. Do it yourself. Please, do you understand?
Yeah, I understand you.
So these things,
go on.
Hello. Sometimes it brings a little bit of rift between partners, and even toothpaste. Obi fee. When you say toothpaste, you mere free na sine deba shuru. But obi susu fee, you mere medal. And then also a issue. So for me, I think like in marriages, people should just learn to adapt to people's your partner's upbringing from the scratch.
That is the crux of the matter. That's where people find it very challenging to do, because one party feels, hey, I'm the man, I'm in charge of this, what I say is what you do, and no complaints. I want to see you do what I am saying. That sort of thing, right? So,
but why are men like that?
Not all men are like that. We are talking about upbringing.
No,
yes.
From
wherever.
Miss B.
Are you?
Yes. It's not B as in Bontia. I know you are thinking something like that.
Oh,
no, that's not it. It's Miss B. Miss B.
You know, it's I will not say that it's men are like that. Whenever there's an addict, I always say that whenever you want to show a queen in you, the man also shows the king in him. And that brings that confusion or misunderstanding. And as we all know that two captains can never be in one ship, definitely one has to be a little bit sober. And I always say that women are the wisest when it comes to marriage. Men think that they are the bossy type. When a woman is adapting your behavior, not that the woman just wants to make sure that she's having a good relationship. She's having a very good relationship. Not because the woman is afraid of you, not because the woman thinks that I don't want to do anything or something like that. Because
she wants to be submissive.
Yes, the woman always wants to make sure that in marriage things are working as the way they want. So when they are when the two of you are captain, the woman decides, no, I don't want to be the captain. That is the woman wants to keep the marriage going. It's not you, the man.
Exactly.
You, the man, there, why you who say floating voter. But the woman always wants to keep the marriage going. But one mistake that I realize that women are doing, that I always say that if a woman says that I have a problem, is because of inquality. That is why I have a problem with.
It's a popular statement with women.
Yes. That is what I have. But I know for sure, with much studies that we do, realizing that women are the people that always keep the marriage going. Men do love them. Women are something that they always, I always say that men they are or but women are the people that.
And entirely true.
Oh, you may have your difference.
You'll be debating this man on this, Charlie.
This one there, me, if you ask her, I've always been saying it. Women are they always make sure that aware na ye kono and they say end this year. Before you see that women you'll be there and then some women will be beaten in marriage. Why the war brought the marriage? Sometimes it's not because of the kids. Yes, the kids are factor, but just that Ophiole say she has to let the marriage continue, and definitely there'll be a time. You the man, you can never raise your hands again. So I always salute women on that when it comes to keeping the marriage moving.
Okay, let's make some progress in this, right? So how do we break away from the repetitive, unhealthy habits that undermine the beauty of marriage? Okay, so last week I gave this example of this guy who has a beautiful wife, 3 very wonderful children, and he's totally messing up the relationship by his behavior, wanting to be married and single at the same time.
You know, Henry, this thing that there are some guys. I have to be an example of those guys. You know, I'm not the outing type. Naturally.
So
oh no, I always prefer.
Any hobby.
When I say I'm not the outing type.
So he's always around.
Oh, but you know that Suakodi in your kombu. That one they are normal thing. Suakodi don your kombu. You know, so far as I'm not an outing type, you know. At times when there is a program like that we need to go out. Because Nana naturally, you know, was not, you know, because as you were saying, growing up, you know, your old boy is not around, the old woman is not around. Well, everyone in China is not an outing type, and you growing up, you know, you realize that you always factor in so many plus and minus. If I go and I spend this amount can do this and that kind of thing. So when I grew up, I realized that at times when I'm taking the kids out, then I'll just ask them, okay, we are going to this place. This is the amount you are going to spend. So the two of, like all of you, weigh the option. You go to this place. This is the amount you are going to spend. So weigh the option. So where should we go? When I want to some of them, they'll be you doing their own mathematics. Okay, they said the one who asked, so that if you go and you get to this place, will you give us the balance? So when they do their own mathematics, I say, okay, whatever you want. It's such a person, like if you are going for your party and then you ask me that let's go to the party. At times if I go, I'll just sit down quiet. And then I'll who they are make quiet. Because my as a partner, I don't go some. You see, so it depends on the background of the person. Sometimes you see that, you ask that, or party waha, nukrun count, or party waha, nukrun count.
No, but this person likes going to other places with his boys. It's not like he doesn't like going out with.
That one too has its own significant reasons. Yes, at times, you know, so obi or a jealous type. There are some guys like that.
So he doesn't want to go to any place with the wife, so that.
Or a serious jealous. So when I go out with you, and then we get to a place, maybe your beauty will be admired by many.
But when she goes alone, it won't be admired by.
That one you see near who and yet time.
So can I cite my personal example?
Yes, go on.
So when we were together, like dating, during the dating
era
session, we used to almost every weekend either you call club and every Sunday be the Monday to you call a Allen Beach. From 6 o'clock. He comes to pick me from 6. We work at now about 8 and 9, and then like he drops me home.
6 in the morning.
No, 6 in the evening. Sunday evening. So ever since like we started making babies, just said, "What? Cause ube free, do I want break?" Time and put you say ye pay. And funny enough, on also so fine. On cause be me or I mean like okay, most of the time like yeah, my any break. If you juma, if you cry, this and running one. On cause okay, because he also used to chill a lot, you know. He will still go. He has also adapted to same situation. Now he's also not going out. Maybe once in a blue moon, maybe like Christmas, Easter, like those festive seasons. Like I said, okay, like let's go out with the kids. And no company, you go like 2 hours fee. So like it is nice when you guys adapt to new situations or new you understand? But you don't say because the daddy now you'll be like we a chilling type. So you still want to continue that kind of life.
That is this guy's problem.
Oh, then there's a huge problem.
So
you can't be spending money.
It has stretched the relationship to the point that I'm told they are now separated.
Henry, let me put me a beach bar.
And you have a partner who is willing to make this work, but Charlie Opana wants to just swim in the ocean of boyhood.
Like I love going to the shore, to beach, and they're one of my favorites. But my wife also is the type. No, so so she also prefer pool.
Okay.
No, I'm so crying. So sebi. Crashing your way day. On no pool day. Massa, na pool day on day. On the quiet. So it's like I decided to adapt her style, and then make it like we will go to pool, then you bath with the kids. You have the swim with the kids. Maybe we are now me film plan there. I'll go to the shore, swim there, and you know the kids also prefer the beach more than the pool. Because what's the pool? No, a lot of people and that kind of thing. But the mother too is afraid of the shore because those days, you know, I don't know what like those in the interland of the fancy, you know. They always think that what's the phobia, phobia. So
okay,
why she is being dwelling that she's afraid of
it's psychological.
Something like that will happen.
All right, you know there's this something called to unfreeze, reheat, and then freeze again. So it's like you have to unlearn, relearn, and then keep that new material to grow with, right? So I see where we are going with this. Like many partners are unwilling to let go of what used to be.
This is it.
And adopt what it is presently and see, plan or gear up towards the future that is to come. Which technically means that we are married to a lot of people who are living in the past, even though they are with us presently.
That one there is true. And I said,
because a baby also missing in the money.
There's this issue that the couples don't agree. According to say, Mama, grandpa, I'm cropping what we will crash a crown. We were not behaving like that. You see, when you make that pronouncement in relationship, remember, sabi what we will crash. But on your crassy, you not at all.
Good point.
What we will crash, but the potted on your crassing.
So, won't it in your crasses?
That is it. So, on no criminal, don't expect that our will crash into no, or will behavior and point to them on no criminal, or didn't crop in that quiet democrat. And this is something that some of the marriages are a little bit because there are certain things that you have to realize that when you get married, your past and your present, there has to be a little bit. You have to close the gap. Because when I make going to the beach to swim. Also, going to the pool to swim. Okay, go to the pool. I'll go to the beach. But when you want us to move together, I'll prefer taking the kids to the beach. I'll go and alight you. There's some of you that wants to.
It's like you're creating divisions.
It's not division. That is why even in my house, you know that in my house there is political division.
I know.
I know. So it is something that you are letting them to know that
there can be differences, but we are still united.
We are still united.
All right.
So at times send them to the pool. So they will go and have their swim and everything.
Yeah.
But
I feel like we can end it on this note that we are different. There are differences, but we can be united in this.
Yes.
That is it.
You know, one of the communication skills courses that I took some years ago, our instructor was like, the reason why we meet as people is always because of something. And as a builder, we were talking about construction and construction projects. So her main point was this, that we all will be considered failure when we meet, and because of arguments and disagreements, we don't get the project done. So bringing it into marriage, the aim is to ensure that this institution of marriage works for us as beneficiaries and for our children to see it as such and be blessed by God when they also begin this journey in their lifetime, right? So it cannot be that you neglect the main or the macro issue, which is marriage, and focus or be fixated so much on your own interest, individual, selfish interest as the mainstay of the thing. Then something that's, and unfortunately, the future comes very early. Then somehow you have divorced this person and you realize that that was the person who was meant for you and the future that you have today, in which you are suffering. Right? So I think we should look at marriage in the bigger picture that God made us to have. You are blessed if you are married. Make that institution as big a deal as God made it for us to see it, right? Then we channel our energies to making sure that it works. It's like your relationship with God. The more you draw closer to Him, the better you become. The better you become at handling people, handling conditions, handling situations, and all kinds of pressures that come with this daily life of ours, right? So if you are not seeing marriage for its beneficial nature that God made it for humanity, then you'll be dwelling on these individual interests and constantly collapsing something beautiful that you actually profess to that person that you are going to build with. You get my point? Yeah. So I will take your final notes on this 1 minute each.
Before then, let me ask you a question.
Right.
You know, those days, who gets married to who help you to get married? I mean, who normally makes the choice for you as a man or a woman?
In my case.
No. It's not in your case. So in those days, like during
during my mother's time.
Your mother's time. And getting to your time. Say why no actually a baby waha. Obon homozen. Odibio. Osimu.
That was like long before I was born.
So I'm just coming close to certain things.
Okay, get closer to it because this is not a question.
That one they will just decide to get married to that person and give the person to you. Yes. But nowadays, who makes the choice for you?
You do.
So which means that the person you have, that is your choice.
Yes. So which means that it is very possible to build the relationship
as the way you want.
Yes.
It's a matter of you uniting and making sure that you are doing the right thing. And the thing is, I am mama in real today. There's difference between book knowledge and the field knowledge. You should not bring marriage as a something why the book Mauritius is here no near the book compare a field. That is what is now making marriage very difficult. Because you hear someone who claim that if you're a counselor, onim on nakasa on worry mundi 10 years. It be 2 years and 3 years. No, also a counselor. We could see book masam or the babemo. Never fanasam na or cano. Then you are just using that one as something that you are using at your home. Sometimes there's a breakup.
I don't know
on fat. And this topic is a topic that we need to do because it has so many implications. Because you'll be book it not be shiny trim there. Wow, like at least or a degree or a day. You may share that. I want to tell you that no, what you are saying is not right. There are certain times, you know that this thing, this particular thing, this man is lying. But because he wants to keep the relationship, at that particular time, no, catch the money, all canon or me no. Don't argue with the person. You hold on and you postpone that topic to another faithful day when you have the number of rounds that the man wants.
I see.
Now you go and revisit that topic. Inner thoughts, no, or catching no. My wife is a sensible person.
I can't. All right, Miss B, you have the final word on this.
Yes. So I will still say that when we get together in marriages, we should try to put our as you said, our own selfish feelings aside. Get together and try to meet halfway. You say like a higher beef behind the buy, behind the buy. We should make it work, and then we should stop looking at others' marriages, thinking say like our own marriage should also go same as theirs. I think yes, that's what all I have to say.
All right. Miss B, thank you. Have a good night.
HKO Live. Talk, resolve, results.